Caleb Williams and the Bears on Sunday?
They win because they got the Cincinnati Bengals, and this could be the last gasp for the Cincinnati Bengals. If they want to keep pace to try and have a hope of a season, they have to beat the Cincinnati Bengals, who we don't know if Joe Flacco is even going to be available. They could be back to Brownie, and that's bad news.
I mean, if this isn't a week where the offense for the Bears looks good, we can show you that our analytics say the Bears, where they lose this game, their chances of making the playoffs fall to less than 1 in 5. So it's a must-win spot for Caleb and company.
Absolutely. You got to take advantage of what that defense is going to offer you. When you play in the NFC North, 2 with Detroit, 2 with Green Bay, and a Vikings team that's going to give you problems, you got to be able to knock down the layups. This game is a layup relative to the rest of this game.
There were concerns with Caleb last week against the Ravens. Did not look good. There were some questions about how this team could look so inept on offense this far into the season. I believe this was a week of an awakening, a reckoning. Like, they cannot lay an egg this week against the Bengals in that defense, which has been absolutely horrendous, and lost to the Jets last week.
I honestly feel like they need to win the next 3 games, and here's why. When you look at the end of their schedule, Eagles, Packers, Browns, not worried about them. Packers, 49ers, Lions. That's a
get this one. So you assume the Bears need this one.
Yeah,
I think they need their next 3.
Clearly. But see, to me, and I know that people don't always want to hear this, but for me, how Caleb Williams looks and plays is more important than whether they make the playoffs or not. The Chicago Bears are not winning the Super Bowl this year. Right. I don't think they think they're winning the Super Bowl. I don't think their hardcore fans think they're winning the Super Bowl. This is about him looking by this time, or not. I mean, that's Thanksgiving, I think, is usually. He needs to start looking like he is totally getting this offense and that he is the best quarterback from what looks like it might be one of the great quarterback classes ever.
They won 4 games in a row, and at no point were you like, Caleb's making the leap. When you go on a 4-game winning streak and your quarterback is not the story and it's not he's shown great strides, that's alarming.
They had 15 takeaways during that 4-game winning streak. You like the Bengals with the points.
Small bet. We got to figure out the quarterback situation, but given what you just said about the turnovers, that's the thing that stands out. That is not a sustainable metric, and guess what? Last week against the Ravens, they didn't force any turnovers, and they weren't able to get anything going.
Oh, guess what? It might be Jake Browning playing turnover machine.
Peter,
great counterpoint.
Continue this witching hour theme, and you touched on him and them earlier. Is witching hour creeping up on Jayden Daniels against the Seahawks?
They have already matched their loss total from last season, which was 5, and the Seahawks defense averages 3 sacks a game and 15 pressures per game. Jayden's coming back from injury. Sunday night game. The NFL loaded us with these Commanders games on primetime. They don't look like they did. They look older than their roster even exhibits, and they have the oldest roster in the league. I do not have a ton of confidence in the Commanders, even though they're home against Seattle. Seattle coming off the bye. Seattle looked awesome.
Look at that number, Peter. If the Commanders lose this game, and you're telling me you think they will, and I agree, their chances of making the playoffs are 7%. I know that they were a candidate for regression, right? A big conversational topic over the summer was all the 4th downs they converted, all the close games they won, all that stuff. I get it. But this feels like it's been a very disappointing drop-off.
Well, it all started in the offseason with Terry McLaurin when he held out, and then when he came back, they gave him his money. And my mindset is, if you're going to pay the guy, why not pay him from the beginning? Why pay him late? He's missed a lot of time. There's been a lot of injuries on this football team.
Out this week.
But I'm looking at this matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm saying who in the secondary for the Washington Commanders is going to guard Jackson Smith and Jigba. And also, shout out to the Seahawks wide receiver coach, Frisman Jackson, doing a hell of a job.
Was he your coach?
He was my coach my last year in Tennessee.
There you go.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, parenthetically, I think is the best receiver in the NFL, but that's a different conversation. You give Jayden a chance on Sunday night, he comes back healthy?
This Seattle defense is amazing.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold is playing at an MVP caliber level. I think they know who they are, and I think they fall victim to being on the West Coast as well. Much like Indianapolis, we don't see enough of them, and I think the world is going to be introduced to how good they really are.
And you're giving the points.
Yeah, Mike McDonald, since he took over in Seattle, is 10-1 on the road, 7-3-1 against the spread. The defense is top 10 in virtually every metric imaginable. They're getting healthy, and they're going against a team that, we talk about all the issues, Washington, that Debo trade doesn't look very good.
You want to know
past his
what
prime.
Seattle does well? The utilization of 2 tight ends, man.
Yeah. Can I don't like that number. Why is it only 2.5?
It was 3.5, and then Jayden Daniels practiced, so it moved through the key number 3. You are coming all the way across the country, and again, the thought process on Washington is that they're still better based on last year. A lot of people haven't come around to the fact that they weren't as good as the record indicates.
This is the season for Washington. This is it. This is their Super Bowl. If they lose this, we're done.
I got 3 words for you. Give the points. Go for it while going over to do First Take. Awesome work today, my man. As
Good
always,
work.
Thank you. Coming up, and another possible preview of an AFC championship. It certainly could be. It's the 10th time in the last 5 years Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes go head-to-head, and this time it feels like it means everything to Allen's Bills. Isn't it ironic, maybe not ironic, but interesting at minimum, that you have the Chiefs at 5-3, the Bills at 5-2. In theory, Buffalo's record is better, and yet everyone is talking like, oh, the Chiefs are unbeatable, that no one can probably play with them, they're doing great, and the Bills are the one everyone is so incredibly worried about. Are you?
Yeah, I'm concerned with the Buffalo Bills, right? Because they're not trending in the right direction. They can't stop the run, without Ed Oliver there. They have to play a certain way, and they don't have proven commodities as a receiver position. Yep. It seems like Josh Allen and who, right? When you go with Patrick Mahomes, you know who Rashee Rice is. You know what Worthy can do, Travis Kelce. And now that they're back healthy, you know that now you have to worry about the run game with Hunt and also with Pacheco. And that defense is always going to do. Spags don't always do what he always does.
Listen, Harry, maybe we can put it as simply as we can. The NFL in 2025 is about creating explosive plays. Do the Bills have guys on the outside that can do that consistently?
No, they do not. And that's been one of the things with this football team so far this season. Normally, Josh Allen is really good versus the blitz. I had that game last year, Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Josh Allen did a great job deciphering the blitz and guys made plays, but that just hasn't been the case this season. And one of the things that you know you're going to get versus a Steve Spagnuolo defense is the blitz. So can you trust a guy like Keon Coleman to win one-on-one on the outside? And when it comes to him and his game, I need him to get better and grow a little bit more as a wide receiver and be a complete receiver. Don't just run slants and go routes and stop routes. Can you add more to your repertoire and also to your resume of your football game as a wide receiver so you can now move around, play inside, and go amongst anywhere at the wide receiver position and be dynamic in that capacity?
Peter, you made an important point earlier this morning. In the interest of time, I'll just sort of summarize it. The Bills have less cap space available to them than any other team in the NFL. So making moves will be a challenge, but it's not impossible.
Not impossible.
You expect them to be active.
I expect Brandon Beane to always be on the phones, but I have to, give caution to everyone at home thinking they're going to make some big splash. The problem is they have the least cap space in the entire league. The Patriots, on the other hand, have the most cap space in the entire league. So the Patriots are far more able to make a move here and get them over the top when it comes to different positions than the Bills. I will note this, though. The loss of Mac Hollins is starting to show itself. Everyone said last year they didn't have a number one. Well, they had Amari Cooper and Mac Hollins who were playing big roles. Neither one of those guys are there right now. Mac Hollins with the Patriots, and he's blocking his butt off and helping them be the team that they are.
Put the picks up quickly. Bart, is Kansas City once again the team to beat in the AFC? But this week will be what it'll be. Are the Chiefs the team to beat in the conference?
I think they're the most complete team, and that's the brand that we trust, and we know Patrick Mahomes is being protected better than he was last year. And now guys like Juju, guys like Hollywood, those are the guys you forget about because you're worried about Worthy and Rashee Rice, and those are the guys that kill you in certain personnel. They can play any type of game that they want to play because they have the full complement of all their receivers.
Here's something that's not going to be sexy talking about when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, but a group that I don't think is highlighted enough is their linebacking group. When you look at Nick Bolton, Leo Chenal, and also Drew Tranquill, those guys can run sideline to sideline. They can get downhill. We know their defensive coordinator could add them to the blitz package, and they can go get the quarterback as well. Those three guys are playing lights-out football right now for Kansas City.
Quick final word.